welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 8th edition, it's 1500 points, and Challenger Scorpion here in this episode. The Tyranids will take on, for the first time, clash here, Black Legion Chaos Space Marines. Fascinating encounter. Two of the most evil factions within the Warhammer 40,000 universe will do battle here. It's evil versus evil here, fighting across this jungle terrain, and then just to make the forces of chaos feel more at home, the planet is beginning to destabilize here, and even the corruption of chaos is beginning to affect the landscape here. So, Black Legion versus Tyranids. Right, so welcome to this 1500 point game, Tyranids versus Black Legion, first time clash here on the channel. So I'm going to run my Tyranids here. It's a trimmed down list of 1500 points, and it is battle forged and a battalion detachment, so 6 command points available here for the Tyranids to use. There's 2 HQs. First is a Broodlord, just here, then a Hive Tyrant as well, with Stranglethorn Cannon and Lash Whip and Monstrous Bone Sword for him. Then troops, 3 troops, 2 units of 16 Genestealers. Each of those units has 4 Acid Maws inside there, and then a smaller unit here of 11 with 2 Acid Maws inside that unit. Then Elites is Venom Thropes, 3 of them, just to grant that protection. And then we're playing the Jormungandr, however you pronounce it, Hive Fleet here. If units do not advance or charge, they count as always being in cover. The Exocrine Heavy Support has made it in, and then 3 Carnifexes, all 1 brood, and they are carrying heavy venom cannons and monstrous scything talons, and I've given them all enhanced sensors as well for that +1 to their ballistic skill. But there it is, that's 1500 points, just a few points short of 1500 points here for the Tyranids. Interesting task for them now as they take on the menacing Black Legion Chaos Space Marines. Right, so 1500 points of Black Legion. Matt Hood will be playing today. He's a regular here at SSWG, and he is going to run through his list now.
This is my 1500 points of Black Legion. First, I've got Chaos Lord, working with a Combi Bolter and Power Claws. They have a Sorcerer with a Plasma Pistol, no marker tool, with a full stave.
Stave, yeah.
Stave. I have a Walksmith with a bolt pistol. I have 5 Terminators, 3 with Combi Bolters, 1 with a Power Maul, 1 with a Combi Melter, and 1 with a Reaper Cannon. I have 3 Cat Bikes, all with Combi Bolters. I have 3 Obliterators. I have 1 Mauler Fiend with 2 Magma Cutters, 1 Hellbrute with a Plasma Cannon and a Thunder Hammer, 1 Chaos Spawn, a squad of 20 Cultists, 1 with Champion, 2 with heavy weapons, and a mixture of brutal cross combat weapons and assault cannons, or auto cannons.
Auto guns.
Oh, and auto guns.
Yep.
And then I have 1 squad of 10 Marines, all WYSIWYG, Melter, Flamer, all with bolt pistols and chainsaws, and the Champion's got a bolt pistol and a power sword. And again, the Rhino with a Havoc and a Combi Bolter.
Okay, so there it is, 1500 points of Black Legion. Slightly smaller game here, but still a fair size. Mauler Fiend featuring here. Nice model that is. And very nicely painted up as well. Warpsmith, really do like that model there. And Matt features that in this army here. Looks tough enough. Some nasty units here for the Tyranids to try and deal with. We're going to scenario and deployment next. Okay, so the scenario is the Scouring, 6 objectives on the board, and then Search and Destroy is the deployment zone. Not often we play this deployment zone here. There's the centre of the board, it's just about here, marked by this dice, and then Tyranids are here. Matt chose his map and his corner, so the Black Legion will be deploying in this area, 24 inches across and then 36 inches in halfway up the board there, and then 9 inches away from the middle, so we've marked a crescent of dice around there. So that's the deployment zone for the Black Legion, and then for the Tyranids, the same repeated in the opposite corner of the board just here. So objective markers. One just on the hillside. One down here next to the downed Aquila. There's one perched up here on top of this rocky outcrop. And then within the deployment zone for the Black Legion, objective number 3. Objective number 1 is just there at the foot of the volcano. And then there is one tucked in the corner here as well. That's the 6th objective. Alright, so deployment is complete here. Tyranids then have deployed right up to the line, eager to get into the fight here. So Exocrine just there. In amongst the Genestealers is the Broodlord, and then clustering together. And we've played it so that this unit strings along here and snakes around so that we can get within 6 inches of the Venom Thropes. This unit sneaks around like this, so within 6 inches as well, and this unit of 11 just at the front again within 6. And then the Exocrine just there, the 3 Carnifex is just behind the volcano, Venom Thropes at the back, and the Hive Tyrant just in the middle. That's the whole Tyranid force deploying as one united swarming mob. Then for the Black Legion, their deployment here, cultists right at the front, ready to advance out. Bikers here on this right-hand side, Hellbrute in the middle, Mauler Fiend in the middle, Chaos Spawn right at the very front as well, Warpsmith just behind the vehicles. This is the Sorcerer just here, the Obliterators on the left-hand side, and then inside the Rhino is the 10 Chaos Space Marines, and then coming in from reserve will be the Chaos Lord in Terminator armor and the 5 Terminators as well, ready to come in turn 1 onwards. So deployment is done. A bold, ambitious deployment by both sides here. Tyranids finished deploying first, so we will roll to see who goes first here. Tyranids getting +1, so we will roll here and score 3. It is beatable. Matt then rolls off here to see if he can equal or beat that. So it's a 4 really he needs. 5, very good. He gets to go first, he'll be happy with that. Chaos will get to make the first moves here in this game, unless we steal the initiative. So just hold it right there a second. 5 will use a command point here and score it 4. Okay, failed. So Black Legion will definitely go first here in this game. Just to mention some Warlord traits here, the Reaper of Obliterax has been given to the Hive Tyrants. His Bone Sword and Wounds of a 6 causes double damage, and then just the Hive Fleet here, Jormungandr, however it's pronounced, the units always count as being in cover unless they charge or advance. And then Insidious Threat Warlord trait has been given to the Hive Tyrant here. Units within 3 inches, when they shoot, they ignore cover. And that's those psychic powers given to the Sorcerer is which ones? Yeah, so we have Smite here, Infernal Gaze and Diabolic Strength there for the Sorcerer. Then for the Tyranids, just covering these now, Catalyst has been granted to both the Swarmlord and the Hive Tyrant, and also Psychic Scream. The second power has gone onto the Hive Tyrant just there. Just to mention the Black Mace and Unholy Fortune taken as well. That's Warlord traits and Relic taken. So covered all of that, ready to start. Black Legion will go first here. Fascinating clash. The fight over the volcano is about to begin. We'll go on to the first turn now for the Black Legion. Okay, so we're on turn 1. Matt's commencing his move. Does he advance? Does he hold where he is, or does he pull back? Decisions to be made here. Tyranids, a menacing force, a lot of combat power there available. But we'll have to see which way he decides to go. Tyranids do have a reputation here for cutting up targets, but plenty of close assault units available here for the Black Legion as well. And then also to mention the value of the objectives. They're all worth 2 victory points each, but this objective here is worth just 1. It's a minor or an inferior objective. The superior objective, worth 4 victory points, is objective number 2. It's over here. So definitely the Black Legion will have an interest in controlling this objective here, and that'll give the Tyranids more of an incentive to advance as well. We'll let Matt continue on with his move here. So search and destroy deployment, if both armies are up for the fight, they can make contact pretty quick here. So it suits the Tyranids, and it looks like it suits the Black Legion as well. They're going to try and get the initial strike here against the Tyranids if they can. So Maul of Fiend has gone up the top of the volcano here, clambering up the side of the embankment just there, and looks set to make a charge as well. He is within striking range. The Spawn has moved round. The Bikers have just completed a move as well. See if the Cultists, Sorcerers advancing as well, so it's aggressive play here by the Black Legion. So movement complete here. Obliterators moved up on top of the hillside. The Rhinos now moved across just to there. The Sorcerers moved there, and then the holding back here with the Warpsmith and the Dreadnought just there. And the Cultists have advanced, or moved, not advancing. Getting ready to shoot. Okay, that's fine. So that is movement done. We'll go on to Psychic Phase next for the Black Legion on turn 1. Okay, so Demonic Strength has been issued here. It's +2 Strength and +1 Attack to the Maul of Fiend. And then Smite went off as well, taking out one of the Genestealers. So one of those bugs electrocuted to death here. So 50 left to go. Yes, no, a bit more actually. 52 left to go. Okay, so that is Psychic Phase done. We'll go on to Shooting Phase next. Right, so Matt's going to open up firepower here with the Obliterators. They are just within range of this Carnifex just here. So we do count as being cover. So we get +1 to our cover save. And it will be -1 to hit as well. So yeah, it's a force to hit here with the shots coming in. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Good hits. Okay, so Matt's added a 1 to his strength, rolled up a d3 for that. These are for the Obliterator weapons. So 4s to wound with toughness 7. And then the AP, we'll roll a d3 here to see what the minus is on that one. It's -2. So we're on 4+ save here, just for the +1 for counting as being obscured. We've fouled 3 of them. And we'll see what kind of damage the result is. Ouch, he's rolled a 6, which is 3, which is 9, which is a kill. Nice. Obliterators, fantastic. Firepower from them. One of the Carnifexes destroyed. Very, very effective firepower there from the Obliterators. And first blood has been scored here. Shooting phase resolved here. We've done all the firing. So Bikers firing through. Cultists firing 20 auto gunshots coming through from them. And the Rhino firing through as well. 4 Genestealers brought down from this lead unit, the unit of 11. So they've been cut down just there. And then we saw the destruction of one of the Carnifexes from the Obliterators. So not too bad. A good start. First blood picked up a guaranteed point here in this game. And shooting phase finished, so we'll go on to assaults. I think the Maul of Fiend will attempt to charge down the volcano. Alright, so aggressiveness has paid off here for the Black Legion. So running down the volcano here has plunged, the Maul of Fiend has plunged into the Carnifex just there. The Spawn charged in, rolling a +6. No Overwatch from these, so great target to get into. And the Bikers rolled very well, rolled 10, and they've made it into combat against the Genestealers as well. And this unit's been weakened. This is the front unit here, the smaller unit. And so Matt trying to reduce that unit down as much as possible. It's wiser to charge them than be charged by the Genestealers. Didn't get into combat though with the Cultists, not quite enough, and a command reroll was used, but still didn't quite make it in with that charge. So we'll now go on to close combat next. Right, so Bikers fighting against the Genestealers here, just the usual to hit with these. Yell freeze, yep, they've all hit, and strength 4, toughness 4. 2 wounds, 2 saves of 5+, which we pass on a 6 and a 5. So no damage coming against the Genestealers just there. I've just paid 2 command points to interrupt play and go first, or go next with the Genestealers. These are acid more attacks from these 2 models. They get 3 attacks each going against the bikers. 2s to hit because of the Broodlord nearby. They all hit. Strength 4, toughness 5 for bikers, so 5s to cause trouble. Yes, 2 of them, and these are at -3, so 2 saves of 6+. These are 2 wound models, aren't they, bikers now? Yep. I think. Okay, it's just 1 biker removed. Okay, then fighting here, it will be regular rending claws against the spawn. There is 5 of them. So 15 attacks with the rending claws, needing 2s. So a load of misses. Loads of misses here. Then 5s to wound, toughness 5. Well, there's a load of 6s, so these all come through at -4. And then just a regular wound at -1. Alright, so that's enough wounds to take out the spawn there before he had a chance to fight, so we'll remove that model from play. It's just that the number of 6s coming through, pretty deadly there from the Genestealers. So that's that complete. This combat here, but we need to do Overwatch here, D3 shots, just the 1 shot, needing a 6. No, so that's Overwatch resolved. We'll get Matt to fight now, he'll go first, next with the Mortar Fiend. Forced hit. 2 hits.
Strength 8.
Yes, strength 8 hit. Yes, they both wound. So -3 on the save here. So we do get a save of 6+. No, so that will be 6 wounds taken there. They're 3 damage each. So I'm going to strike back here with 4 attacks. Rerolling 1s for Scything Talons. Yes. This could be nasty. But 5s to wound. What's your toughness?
7.
Okay, so you know it's 5s to wound. No, just that was a 4, so just the 1 comes through. It's -3. But there's an invuln save here, I think, for this one. 5+. Oh, he makes it. Well done. Mortar Fiend, tough enough. Yeah, so combat complete here. Mortar Fiend definitely outclassing the Carnifex here. Nice attacks coming through from that, almost destroying the second Carnifex. Tyranids need to be careful here. Black Legion have been aggressive, and it has paid off for them. They picked up first blood, and they have almost killed a second Carnifex here. So doing well. That does mark the end of the turn. We did consolidate in with the Genestealer unit here, the 7 of them that are left. They'll auto pass morale because of the Broodlord being nearby, so they will be fine. But that'll mark the end of the first turn. The initial strike has been done by the Black Legion, aggressive, and it has paid off for them here so far. So turn 1 finished. We'll go on to the first turn now for the Tyranids, a chance for them to strike back against this Black Legion incursion. Okay, so movement done here for the Tyranids. Backing off from combat, the wounded Carnifex is now just in here. And then the Venom Throats just shifting to their left. Hive Tyrant lining up to shoot and charge, potentially. Exocrine remaining stationary, getting ready to shoot. And then this Carnifex just shifting across to the left. Then Genestealers rolling a 6 here, so 14 inches advanced by them, and they will be allowed to charge just across here. And then the Broodlord moving through, 11 inches with him with an advanced move, and then these Genestealers moving around 9 inches, getting ready to charge into the cultists. That is movement done for the Tyranids. They need to also bear in mind the Terminators preparing to arrive. Matt hasn't used them yet, and the Chaos Lord as well. But they haven't arrived. The Tyranid is just going to press ahead with their attack here, being led by the Broodlord at the moment. So we'll go on to Psychic Phase next for the Tyranids on turn 1. Right, so Psychic Phase complete here. 4 wounds dealt out in total. That was Smite, and then Psychic Scream being blasted at the Mauler Fiend here. So the Carnifex pulled out of combat, and the Hive Tyrant screamed at him twice, and has reduced a good number of wounds down there. So just 8 wounds remain. Invuln saves can't help out against those mortal wounds coming through. And then Catalyst was cast here by the Broodlord onto the Genestealer unit just ahead, just to give them a bit more durability. Also on 5+, they'll ignore wounds that come through. That is Psychic Phase done. Pretty good there from the Tyranids. We'll go on to their Shooting Phase next. Okay, so we're going to fire the Exocrine across here. 6 shots against the Dreadnought. Needing freeze because it remains stationary. And then we'll need 4s because your toughness 7. Or, yeah, toughness 7. Just the one comes through. It's -3, so a save here of a 6+ to block this from coming through. No, so 2 wounds caused. We'll fire at the same target again. Needing 3s. And then we will need 4s to wound. They've all wounded this time, so 4 saves of 6+. Otherwise, some more wounds. Oh, 2 saves there. So 6 wounds dealt out in total against the Dreadnought. Going to fire him across here. D3 shots. We get 2 shots and freeze to hit, just the 1. And it's strength 9. It is a wound, so 5+ invuln save to make here. No, so that's 3 damage being caused there against the Mauler Fiend. I'm going to fire the Hive Tyrant across here. D6 shots with him. He gets 4 shots, needing 3s. And he'll need. He is strength 7, so 4s to wound. Nothing. No damage coming through from him. So Shooting Phase complete. Here, we fired this one across and no damage coming through. We fired these. They are within 6 inches to fire across. And 3 wounds were caused. They're D3 damage a time, but Matt rolled 3 saves there on his regular armour for the Mauler Fiend, keeping that alive. But that has dropped now to 5 wounds in total. Shooting Phase done. Not too bad for the Tyranids, severely damaging the Dreadnought over here. And then the Mauler Fiend in trouble as well, down to 5 wounds remaining. We'll go on to assaults next. Multiple assaults available for the Tyranids now on their first turn. Alright, so we are on to combats here. We have removed the Carnifex with 2 wounds remaining. Just been reminded here about the psychic power that Matt cast. It would have given him +2 strength, and then doubling that for the fists would have resulted in 2s to wound, which he achieved. It's -3 actually. Now we'll put the Carnifex back if I roll a 6. It's -3. So we will not return the Carnifex. He has definitely gone. So happy with the result there. Yeah, no, just saying, I survived the combat but did no damage anyway, so it hasn't affected any part of the game just there. All we did was pull out, and then we've just removed the model from play. But charging in here, no damage from Overwatch at all, as the Hive Tyrant went in first. And then over here, the Broodlord swung round and has gone into the bikes. And then across here, 1 casualty taken with the Genestealers. They've made it into combat there against the Cultists. And then multi-charge here, the Sorcerer has been contacted, and so has the Rhino as well by these Genestealers just here. So we'll go on to combat resolution now for the Tyranids on their first turn. So Hive Tyrant here, fighting across, needing 2s. Then we need 5s to wound. We do get 2. These are -2, so 2 saves here of 5+. Saved 1. So yeah, 3 wounds caused by the monstrous bone sword there, so 2 wounds left. We've got a prehensile tail, which does get a hit, and it does wound. This will be D3 damage. It's a regular save of 3+. No, you may want to command re-roll that one. It's up to you. If this gets through, it's D3, so it means on a he is going to 3+ to try and keep the Mauler Fiend alive. Yes, it's paid off. Mauler Fiend will survive those attacks. Carnifex fighting here, 4+ with living battering ram. Yes, that's a mortal wound been dealt out there as it's charged in. So charging in, you get 4 attacks here, re-rolling 1s and at +1 to hit. So we have got 2 here, and then our wounds. Our wound does come through. 5+ invuln save. Otherwise, no, he's gone. The Mauler Fiend has gone, and Matt has rolled up to here to see if it explodes, and it hasn't. So he can disappear. All the fiends slain there. It took 2 monstrous creatures to do it, but that threat there to the Tyranids has been dealt with. But 2 Carnifex is brought down back here, so damage has been significant there with this Black Legion attack. We'll press on to the other combats now. Broodlord fighting across here, needing 2s, and then 4s to cause wounds. None at all. 0 impact there from the Broodlord fighting against the bikes. We'll let the Genestealers do their combats now against these units. Acid Maws, then 4 of them attacking. That's 12 attacks in total, needing 2s because of the Broodlord nearby. And then 5s to wound. Yeah, there's 4 saves of 6 here with the -3 on the AP for these. So 6s. Just the 1. Okay, so 1 model slain and then a wound left on another. Then roll 6 attacks with Rending Claws. They all hit except 1. And again, 5s and 6s to wound. There's a -4, so 6 for a save. And then 2 saves of 4+ as well. So 6+ on 1. No. Okay, bikers have gone. Right, so they've completed the combat there, wiping out the bikers. Took a bit of effort to bring those down. Tough enough, and multiple wounds, but they have been dealt with there. Genestealer is now consolidating that direction along with the Broodlord as well. So he continues to lead this Genestealer infestation attack here across the table. So we'll go on to this combat next. Okay, so Acid Maw attacks. There's more than 10 or more models here, so we get an extra attack. So 16 attacks with these, needing 2s. And then so that's 14 hits, 3s to wound. So some have failed, but a good number have come through. These are at -3, so 10 cultists brought down already. We'll do another 4 Genestealers here with regular Rending Claws, needing 2s. And then we'll require 3s to bring these down as well. It's -1, the armor save is a 6+, so just 3s to kill them. And that is another 11. So that's wipe out, all gone. Okay, so that's them dealt with, and we'll move the Genestealers, consolidate them forwards 3 inches. Okay, so consolidation move done. Sweeping in this direction, we've now got this combat to resolve here of these Genestealers. They are brutal, though, in their destruction of units, overwhelming targets here of their sheer weight of numbers and vicious attacks. So combat resolved here. Resolved this one. The Sorcerer is slain and reduced down, and the Rhino has gone down to 4 wounds. But that still remains alive. Remember, there's 10 Chaos Space Marines inside, all armed and eager to return the favour here in close combat. But that marks the end of Assault Phase and marks the end of the turn. So Genestealers have swept through here, taking out a number of targets and pressing on towards the other Black Legion units just over here. But remember, the Chaos Lord is still yet to arrive, and the Terminators. It'll be interesting to see where Matt decides to bring them down. Remember, the game is based on objectives here. This one's not worth too much. There's 2 points over there available, 2 points here, 2 points here, and then 2 points right by the Rhino, so it's worth protecting that, and then 4 points available for this objective just here. So that is the end of the first turn. What a turn we've had. Virtually half the battles taken place here already. Seems to be now an 8th edition with these new codexes enhancing armies that turns are becoming more and more deadly, so the early turns of the game seem to be very important for dishing out damage and seeing which way the game is going. But Tyranids ahead here. They're causing more damage than they're taking, we reckon, at the moment. But we'll go on to the second turn now for the Black Legion. Okay, so movement complete here for the Black Legion. Disembarking here with the 10-man squad, getting ready to charge. Pulling out the combat with the Rhino. Obliterators in position, ready to fire. Warpsmith repaired a wound on the Hellbrute here, so he's gone on to 3 wounds, getting ready to charge into these. And then the Terminators are turned up here. Reckon Matt's after the value of this number 2 objective there worth 4 victory points. That is movement done. So we're going to psychic phase next. So, sorry, no psychic. He's been slain. So we'll go straight on to shooting phase coming up now. So it is difficult to deal with here. A Genestealer assault of this size, just sweeping through the heart of the Black Legion here. They're trying to counteract it as best as they can, but it is a difficult task here, just the sheer weight of numbers of those causing trouble for the Black Legion at the moment. But Terminators have turned up to lend a hand. Fair bit of firepower available from them. And if Matt can reduce these down enough and reduce their capabilities in combat, then he can then focus on the larger units here at the back. So we'll go on to shooting phase now. We'll see how many Genestealers can be brought down. So forced to hit here. Obliterators going after this kind of effects here. Matt's going to see if he can kill all 3 of them. So nice lot of shots here. Forced to hit. That's with minus... Oh no, we charged. So it's not -1 to hit. So there was 2 3s in there, I think at least. So put those back in. Yeah, so plus D3 on the damage. Extra 3 on the damage. Yes, a strength 9. Fantastic result here. So we're on freeze to wound. Good result as well. This is very good. And there's another 2 in there to take away. And then the AP is minus D3. Good result again. -3. So it's 6s to save. We do save 1. And the damage is D3. A very important roll coming up now. And he's rolled a 1. No command points available. There is 1. 3+ to cause trouble. He is going to use it. I would. He has got a 4, so that can be doubled. That is 10. Carnifex destroyed. Obliterators are very, very good. So good shooting there from the Obliterators. Definitely contenders for unit of the game here. Their firepower has been excellent so far. So shooting phase complete here. Shots being poured in against the Genestealers. 5 casualties on here, 6 casualties on here in total. That was firepower from the Dreadnought. Firepower from here coming across, pretty effective from the Terminators. And then grenade thrown here, pistol fire coming in from the Chaos Space Marines there as well. So not too bad at all there. Good results coming through. It's a lot of Genestealers brought down, 11 slain this round, softening them up quite significantly. And then we've got assaults to follow here as well for the Black Legion. So we're going to their assault phase next. We'll roll up some charges and Overwatch. Well, not really any Overwatch available here for the Genestealers. So we're going to charges next. All right, so charges have gone ahead here. The Marines have made it in, pouring in against the Genestealers just there, and then here rolling an excellent roll with the Terminators. They've made it into combat as well against the Genestealers, and the Hellbrutes made it into combat, and the Warpsmith as well. So a big counterattack here from the Black Legion. Looks pretty effective. They've softened up the Genestealers with shooting, and they're looking to take out as many as they can in combat as well. So we'll move on to combat resolution next on turn 2 for the Black Legion. Quite a swing around potentially could take place here. Okay, so combat's resolved here. Resolved all the combats that have taken place. Went first here with the Black Legion Marines charging in, brought down 3 of the Genestealers, and the 5+ invuln saves and the 5+ here from Catalyst helping out. Then we interrupted play and went first here with these Genestealers and wiped out the Terminators. The Hellbrute then took out 1, and we did no damage on him. And then these Genestealers fought back and wiped out 5 of the Chaos Marines just there. So some morale to resolve here, but it looks like the Tyranids have done a lot better, especially the Terminators being wiped out. That's a significant blow here to this Black Legion force. We'll roll up some morale next. Yeah, some morale resolved here. Auto-passive Synapse, and then fouled by 1. So another Black Legionary brought down. Yeah, no, we've just double-checked there. It is another 1 lost from that morale result, and those are the casualties just there. So that is the end of the second turn for the Black Legion. Looking a bit thin on the ground here, and Genestealers still in the area fighting away. Do some consolidation moves actually here and here. We'll do that, and then we'll go on to the second turn now for the Tyranids. Okay, so movement complete here for the Tyranids on their second turn. So much has happened so early on in this game here, beginning to move on to objectives already. So Hive Tyrant moving on to this one here, and the Venom Rope's just behind. And the Exocrine, no targets because units are locked in combat here. So we have ran 3 inches, move 6, that's 9 inches onto this objective here. Broodlords move 9 inches ahead. Genestealers rolled a 6 after a reroll, last command point used up, and they've ended up 14 inches ahead, targeting the Obliterators, and then combats continue just here. So we'll go on to Psychic Phase next for the Tyranids on turn 2. Okay, so Psychic Phase complete here. It's been a turn of some powerful Smite and Psychic Scream being used. So Smite here caused 2 casualties here on the Black Legion Marines. And then we rolled double 6, so perils. 2 mortal wounds taken on the Hive Tyrant. Now we checked the rules. It does say that the power was successful, so it can go ahead as long as the bear has remained alive, which he has. He took 2 mortal wounds and then rolled a 6, dealt out 6 mortal wounds here, reducing the obliterators down, 2 of the models slain, and then we successfully unleashed Psychic Scream as well. 2 more mortal wounds, just 1 wound left there on the obliterators. A devastating blow there in this Psychic Phase from the Tyranids. We'll go on to their Shooting Phase next. Okay, so Shooting Phase complete here. Fire the Stranglethorn Cannon from the Hive Tyrant. Seems to be on a bit of a roll here. He's done well. He's caused more wounds and failed one of the saves there. And the obliterators are now gone, so wiping them out. That is the end of Shooting Phase. Not much to shoot with. We did advance here. It's not able to fire with the Exocrine. It's not an assault weapon. So that is Shooting Phase finished. We'll go on to combats next for the Tyranids on turn 2. Alright, so charges then. No Overwatch available here. Tried to charge across into here, but failed all of 3 with him. But these have descended down into combat and contacted the Rhino as well. So we'll get these combats resolved next as the Genestealers cut their way through these Black Legion units. So we'll fight here. Acid Maw attacks, there's 4 of them, so that's all of those there, 12 attacks. Needing 2s because the Broodlord is just nearby. 5s, 6s are good. No, 5s or 6s are good. These are AP -3, all of them. So saves of 6+ here on 3 dice. Now the Hellbrute is on 3 wounds remaining, so it's important to get at least a 6 here. No, that's the wounds gone. Let's just check. Yeah, he's on 3. So Matt are all up here to see if he explodes or if there's anything else that can... No, okay, so it's a 6. Oh, trouble. We've got trouble here. Dreadnought has detonated. Okay, so that's resolved. Mortal wound coming against these. The Warpsmith and this unit of Genestealers as well. So after that explosion came through. We'll now resolve the combats here against the Rhino and the Warpsmith. So Acid Maws against him. In 2s because of the Broodlord. And then those are AP minus... You're toughness 4, aren't you? Yeah, so we're strength 4. So those all come through at AP -3. So 6s to save here. Warpsmith is on 2 wounds. I think he's in trouble as well. Oh, no, 4 2s. So Warpsmith brought down by the Acid Maws on those Genestealers just there. So 3 Acid Maws from this one into the Rhino. 1 hit and no wound. Regular Rending Claws into the Rhino here from 2 more. 5s and 6s. There's 2 6s, and there's a 5. So these 2 are saved at 4+ here, and they're saved. Oh, saved at 6. Sorry, because it's AP -3, which Matt has saved 1, and then 1 saved here at 4+. So only just 1 wound comes through. It's knocking it down to 3 remaining. The last remaining Acid Maw will go against the Marines. In 2s. 4s, there's 2 saves at -3. Oh, a 6, yeah, so just 1 Marine brought down. So down to the next unit, Genestealers just up here. So 1 Acid Maw onto the other unit now, so 1 Acid Maw into the Sergeant just here, 2 hits. 4s for wounds, there's 1. Save here is 6. No, okay, so that's them gone, and then just the attacks on the Rhino now. So 1 Acid Maw, 2 hits, and a wound comes through. That will be a 6 to save this. Notes, another wounds. There's 2 left now. Regular rending claws now to finish off, needing 2s. And then 5s. There it is. So 2 saves at 6+, and 2 saves at 4+. No, alright, so Rhino's gone. We'll see if it detonates here. I think Matt would be happy if it does go up. No, alright too. So Rhino wrecked here. Genestealers have cut their way through all the resistance in this area. Okay, so combat's resolved there. The Rhino's just a wreck, and that marks the end of the second turn. Pretty swift here from the Tyranids, just cutting their way through, especially the Genestealers here, just going straight through this area and cutting through all in their paths. That is the end of turn 2, and we reckon the end of the game. Just the lone Black Legion commander looks on in astonishment, perhaps. What's his name? Absalom. Absalom. Okay, so he has been named here, and he'll survive. He'll pull back and rally his forces, rally another legion to come back and fight another day. But Tyranids, they have prevailed here. We'll get an exact score in victory points. Okay, yeah, so final score here. 2 points here, 2 points for this one, 2 points for that one. And I think we're just out of this one here, so 6 points. Linebreaker is scored. Didn't slay the Warlord. Matt got first blood, so a point picked up just there. So 7 points to 1, we reckon, is the final score. So it is a clear Tyranid victory here. They have counterattacked. It was the Black Legion that attacked them initially. It was pretty successful. We saw the Mauler Fiend clambering across the volcano here and then piling into one of the Carnifexes. But then the Tyranids counterattacked and mashed their way through all in their path. So great game, very enjoyable here, and it's great to see Matt Hood on the channel. His Black Legion look very nice indeed as well. We hope to see them again one day in the future. He's working on a number of other units, and the aim is to get to 2,000 points to field that size of a force. So there it is. The new codex is definitely helping out the factions here. Matt using the new Chaos Marines codex, and then the Tyranids adapting to the rules for the new codex for them as well, and it's certainly helped Tyranids out to become a force to be reckoned with. But on this battlefield here, this area may well be disrupted here by the influence of chaos, but Tyranids have swept through and cleared virtually all in their path, except Absalom, who will pull back to live to fight another day. There it is. Great game. Thanks to Matt Hood for coming down. Check out the SSWG website, sswg.co.uk. There's a Patreon page for them as well on my channel homepage. There you'll see the Patreon symbol, and you can support the club by visiting the Patreon page just there. But there it is. Great game. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Right, so units of the game. Number of contenders for both sides. A number of Chaos units did do very well. The Mauler Fiend, very impressive. A speedy attack from him. Did pick up first blood. And he killed 2 of the Carnifexes. One of them. No, he did. That's right. 2 Carnifexes were killed by Obliterators. That's the one. Yes, Obliterators just over here. Their firepower was excellent. Very powerful indeed. So Matt's going to give unit of the game to them. They were an impressive unit for sure. Then for the Tyranids, the Genestealers were excellent in this game, guided along by the Broodlord. We're going to give it to the Hive Tyrant here. His psychic powers were excellent. A nice strong HQ in the heart of this Tyranid force, and he helped to secure a victory, and very impressive psychic abilities being used by him as well in this game. But that's units of the game for both sides.